everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing another hair topper, and it's from the company MyFirstWig. I recently did a video for them reviewing a full wig, and they reached out to me letting me know that they had hair toppers as well, specifically one with a lace front, which I wanted to try out. So today we're going to be reviewing that. So I've already taken it out of the box just so we could get a better view, but this is what the hair topper looks like. They also sent me this hair stand, which is super handy for storing both hair toppers and wigs, but this is what she looks like. It is a wavy style, and right from first impressions, I really like the color. It's described as a bronze, so a mix between blonde and brown, and I just think that it's really well done. The name for this hair topper is WHLT012. It's described as a Bronde Balayage Soft Blowout Wavy 9x9. And as always, I will leave a direct link to it down below in the description in case you want to check it out. All right, now let's just pull the hair topper off of the stand so we can take a look at the inside. That is what the inside looks like. Now, if you're not familiar with the difference between a wig and a hair topper, basically a wig is full coverage, whereas a hair topper is meant to be combined with your own natural bio hair. So depending on the level of hair loss, you may have thinning like I do, or some bald patches like I have some in the back, and this just covers them up, but I'm still able to leave my bio hair out and kind of incorporate both of them together. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. Now, when we're looking at this one up close, as you can see, there's a lace front. Let me flip it around. I haven't cut the lace yet, but that is what the lace looks like. Now, this is HD Swiss lace, so it's quite transparent. I'll put my hand behind it here. So it kind of just blends into my skin. You can barely see it. So I'm curious to see what that looks like once it gets on my head. From first impressions, this part line looks really promising. I'm running my finger behind it and you can see it's quite transparent. And then when we flip it over, this is the space that you have to part with. So right now it's parted over to the left. You could part it in the middle or you could part it off to the right as well. And then to secure it to your head, there are 4 pressure sensitive clips. So there's 2 up front here, and then there's 2 at the back as well. So you could use those clips. However, they've also included a halo wire, and I haven't played around with one of these. I'm going to do that in this video. So I'm excited to see how I feel about that. I know some people will use just the wire, some people will use the wire with 2 clips, or some people will use all of the above. And then the full dimensions of the base are 9 inches by 9 inches. So it's quite a large base. It's going to accommodate a lot of different levels of hair loss. So yeah, I think that's about it. We'll go over how the hair feels once I get it on my head. I've just gone ahead and cut the lace so it's ready to put on, and then I parted my hair off to the left just so that it lines up with the hair topper, and I tied the rest of my hair back in a bun because I want to play around with this halo wire. So what I'm going to do is take the wire and I'm going to flip it over the back of my head around the bun, and I want it to kind of follow the back of my hairline behind my ears. So I'll show you what that looks like. I'm just pulling it over my hair all the way down to the bottom and then flipping the hair topper over the top. Now it's going to take a few moments to get everything settled. The first thing I want to do is pull my hair out of that bun so I can start incorporating my own natural hair in with the hair topper. Then I want to come in close and make sure that my part underneath is actually lining up with the part of this hair topper, and that the hairline is all the way forward in front of my own bio hair, because it has that lace front, which makes it look like the hair is growing right out of my skin. I will say the halo wire is making it feel really secure, especially in this front area here where the part is. It's just kind of like pulling everything down nice and smooth and flat, which I really like that look. But I do think I'm going to use 2 of the pressure sensitive clips here in the back just to kind of hold everything down in the back as well. There we go. Next, I think I want to pull out some of my own natural hair here along the sides, just because it was pulled back when it was in a ponytail. And I think that will blend everything together a little bit better. So see this hair here? Just pulling it in front of that halo wire. So the color is great. I mean, you can see my own hair underneath here. Obviously, it's not wavy like the hair topper currently is, but I can put some curls in my hair as well to make everything blend together, but it just gives my hair some dimension. The color is not too far off, so I really like the look of that. Now, first impressions, I think it looks pretty cute. I love that it's laying super low profile. I don't like it when there's too much volume. And like I said, I absolutely love the color. But when you get a new wig or a hair topper, it's never going to look quite right straight out of the box. There are always things that you can do to kind of make it look more realistic. So coming in and looking at the part line, that looks pretty good, to be honest. I might look closer in the mirror, and if I'm finding that I'm seeing some of those dots from the knots, I can always cover them up with a little bit of powder, but I don't think that's necessary right at this moment. The part, however, what I would probably do with this one, just because I find if the part is too straight, then it's more noticeable, at least to me. So I would wash this one and then kind of dry it so that the part is not quite as straight. Just give it a little bit more of a zigzag for that realistic look. Here's the up close of it. I'm not really seeing any baby hairs, so that's another thing I could do if I wanted to make the front hairline look a little bit more natural, is just cut a few little wispy baby hairs in the front here. One thing I am noticing is that this front weft here actually comes all the way forward to the front of the hair topper. You can see it right there. So when I'm wearing my hair down, it's not a problem at all, but I'm just thinking if I ever wanted to kind of pull back pieces, it might be a little bit more tricky to kind of hide that front weft. On this side, however, you have more flexibility. As you can see, there's that natural looking hairline, makes it look like the hair is coming right out of the skin, and you don't see that front weft till all the way over here. So just something to keep in mind. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just brush my own natural hair in with the hair topper. I'm a little bit nervous though, because I really like the waves that we have going on and I don't want to mess them up. There we go. That's cute. So as far as volume, it feels a little bit thicker than what I'm used to, but I also think that that's because of the wave that's in the hair. It still feels very, very lightweight on my head, doesn't feel hot or anything like that. I'm not noticing any shedding at all, and I'm able to run my fingers through my hair, no problem. I think there's some layers in here as well, so it's got really good movement to it. However, I'm noticing it doesn't have that extremely silk and smooth feeling that some hair toppers and wigs have when they first arrive. I've noticed that usually when I try one on, it feels like ultra smooth and silky. And then after the first wash, you kind of go back to what regular hair texture is like. So this one comes already like the regular hair texture without the ultra silky smooth feeling. But yeah, I think that's about it. I really love this front hairline. It just takes some of the effort out of trying to blend your own natural bio hair into the front here. And especially if you have like ultra fine hair in the front or some bald spots or your hairline is receding, this is nice because you can just pull the whole thing forward and yet you can still incorporate your own hair as well. MyFirstWig has a ton of beginner-friendly hair toppers and wigs for all stages of hair loss. So as always, I will leave the link down below if you want to check it out. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to ask in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!